everyone, Emma from BIF Ministries here. I hope you are all well. It's been a little while since I've done a YouTube video. I have over the last month or so just been enjoying some quiet time with God. I haven't been doing lots of journaling. I have mainly been spending lots of quiet time praying, reading, soaking, and just, being still with God. So I have created a new freebie set here, you can see, and I thought I would do a how-to video for how I'm going to use it. I actually created this because I created something similar last night and a few people were saying, oh, that's really nice, how did you create it? So I thought, do you know what, I'm going to create a freebie and do a video to show how to use it, and hopefully other people will be inspired and encouraged. They might want to use the free set to create it as well, or maybe they might find some of their own similar designs, resources, and create similar. So let me turn to the page that obviously people were asking about, how I created it and stuff like that I did last night. So this is the page. Obviously people were asking how I did it. So I am going to obviously use the freebie you just seen a minute ago to create a similar thing and show you how easy it is to do. So let me turn to the page I'm going to do it on. Obviously I'm going to be doing Psalm 46:10, be still and know that I am God. So obviously I'm adding that into my Bible, and happy to create a freebie for it to add into my Bible to show you, because that's a lot of what I've been doing at the moment over these last few weeks, is just being still with God, because I am somebody who is normally so busy, that I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And over the last few weeks, obviously, we've been in lockdown due to the virus and stuff like that. And, for me, it was a big change from being like mega busy, having my business shut down, to having really nothing to do. And I really struggled with that. But God's really spoke to me about, come and sit down, come and be still, come and chat with me, come and be still with me. So that it's been a process with God. Yeah, I'm just going to enjoy showing you how I do that into my Bible. So what I am going to start with first is, obviously I'm just going to talk about prepping the pages. So let me just tuck this bit of string out the way so it doesn't get in the way. So I have prepped my Bible page with some clear gesso, because obviously I'm just one of these people. I like to prepare my pages with gesso, knowing that I'm going to use stuff on them that might bleed through. I mean, obviously, if you know you're not going to use stuff on your pages that aren't going to bleed through, you don't have to prep your pages. It is all your own personal preferences to obviously how you journal and things like that, and whether you like to prep your pages. But I have prepped my page with gesso. It's already done, because obviously I didn't want to have to get the hairdryer out too much in this video. I will have to get it out once, but hopefully I won't have to get it out twice. But yeah, so it's completely up to you if you want to prep your page or not. I have prepped my page just because I like to. So that is obviously my choice. And yeah, so that's done. So I have prepped my page with clear gesso. I did have my gesso out so I can show you. Well, I thought I did, but I don't know what I'm doing with it. Oh dear, never mind. I think I put it up somewhere. I think I put it in the kitchen when I went to clean my brushes. But obviously I use the Diana Wakely gesso, which is a bit more expensive compared to some gessos. I do like that range because obviously it's so much smoother. I find a lot of the other brands are a bit gritty, but yes, the Diana Wakely one is the one I like to use. So yeah, let's get on with how I'm going to obviously create what we saw obviously on this page here, similar to this page here. So basically with this page here, you can see I've got some writing here that I've done, and yes, I traced this because I absolutely like to make sure people know there is absolutely nothing wrong with tracing words and designs that you might find on Pinterest and things like that. Obviously, you know, I have a wide range of free downloads on my website that you can go and access, and you can trace them, you can colour them in, you can do whatever. So I trace this lettering in, and then all these bits here you see are bits I actually cut off out of an old book I had. So these are just, and I was going to throw it away, this old book, but I ripped this page out and thinking, oh, I can cut all these individual flowery bits out and stick around, and obviously that's what I did. And that's what I'm just going to do here. So I'm going to just move my Bible out the way and show you. A minute. So obviously, if you want to, you can use this free download. Go to the website, download it for free. And obviously I have printed it out on card because obviously I just think card is a little bit thicker and a bit stronger, but you can, if you want to, print it out on paper, but it might be a bit more fragile, because what you need to do is you need to get a craft knife. So this is a craft knife, which obviously a lot of you, if you already know me, I use for doing lots of paper cutting with, but you will need a craft knife, or because what you need to do is you need to go around and you need to hand cut out all the different flower elements and the dots. So basically, because I didn't want the video to go on too long, I have obviously pre-started that. So obviously I got my bits here. I'm just going to bring them into the screenshot, hopefully for you to see. So you can see that obviously I have hand cut these bits out already to save some time. So let me obviously, and then obviously I've got loads of black dots up here as well. So I've got the black dots. I'm not going to move every individual one over because it will make the video run too long. But yeah, so basically what you need to do is obviously print off the design, and with your craft knife is cut around the flower designs like so. And like I say, when you're doing this bit, I would recommend you switch on some worship music and enjoy, you know, soak into some gentle worship music, or maybe put on some lively worship music and sing and praise God, chat with God, pray, think about the verse and things like that. What is God saying to you through the verse and stuff like that? Just enjoy the stillness, because obviously I always share with my paper cut designs, and this is obviously similar, is that what I really love about doing the paper cut designs and cutting out like this is the stillness you get, how you get to be still, and just the calmness, because it is really calming, really relaxing. So, and it just gives you plenty of time to not rush, to take your time to breathe in, breathe out, and just enjoy being with God and chatting with God and sharing with him about what you're working on or about your day and things like that. So as you can see, if you cut all these bits out like so, obviously you will note that obviously they are some bits that are really, really small. So they are tricky. I'm not going to say they're easy, but they are small. So like with this leaf, you can see obviously the stalk bit on it is really, really small. Now obviously I don't cut right close and make it small. I have left a little white edge, so I make it a little bit thicker when I'm cutting it out. So again, with like these little bits, obviously I just cut just around the printed design, just so it is obviously not too thin. So just in case you're wondering, so I'll show you, for example, this one here. I will just go around the edges and leave them a bit thicker than obviously the print. That, I mean, I do get quite close, but as I say to people, I mean, I've been cutting out like this for 7.5 years now, so it is all practice. So please be patient with yourself. If you're new to cutting like this, you need to be kind to yourself. Oh, it'd help if I would fully cut it out, wouldn't it? Before trying to rip it out. There we go. So we're nearly there. So obviously, please do know this free printable I have created is obviously made to fit the Bible I am using. But, you know, I am sure that obviously if you've got a different size Bible, that you can still use these designs and fit them in your Bible in a similar sort of way. So obviously I can't always design stuff to fit every size Bible. I have to go with obviously the Bible I'm using at the time. I do try my best to get them to fit most Bibles. So obviously just be aware that this is made to fit the page I am working on, but I'm sure if your Bible, like I say, if it's a bit smaller, you can still have fun, you know, fitting these elements around your Bible. You might have to use less, but you can still have fun using them. So let me do this last little one, and then if I need to cut some black dots out, because I've still got a few black dots that need cutting out, I can cut them out as I need them. I've already cut quite a few of the black dots out, so I might not need them all. So, but yeah, so hopefully this is just giving you a good idea of how to, you know, get the printed elements off, the printed flower elements off to use. And like I say, you might have other printed designs like this in an old book or in an old colouring book that's similar. You know, oops a daisy, that one's ripped off, but obviously it doesn't matter. I can just have that as a single leaf. I think my knife is getting a bit blunt, so I need to change it, but for the last one, never mind, but it will still look good. Let me just check I've got it all off as well, because my knife definitely needs changing, but obviously for the last one I don't really want to change it. But obviously that still looks good, even with the bit that's fell off, it still looks pretty. So right, I'm just going to move this out the way and bring back the Bible now. So bring back the Bible. Obviously I'm always aware that my screen is small, I can't always fit everything in. So I hope I get everything in the screen for you. Right, so what I basically do then is, obviously I want this to trace. Now if you want to, you can cut this out, and if you want to, but obviously you would need to leave a nice white gap because it is very thin. So you would can cut it out if you wish. I need to go back a step because I was going to trace that and I haven't created the background yet. Getting ahead of myself. So I'm just going to pop a bit of plastic underneath there, and I'm just going to create a nice light blue background, and I'm going to create that doing one of my favourite methods with my cheap water paint palette I have. Obviously I've got a YouTube video on how you can use this and do this technique and different things you can create with this really great cheap water palette. You know, I always say it's cost me 89p, and it's one of my favourite things to use for creating backgrounds. So do have a look, or you could create a chalk background. It's completely up to you. You can, you know, or you can just leave it white. You don't have to create a background. On the one I did last night, I just left it white. But today I thought I would create a background. So then I'm just going to pop that on my page. And just turn it over a bit. I just like to make it look a bit like it's the sky. I just want to get in there a little bit. So I'm happy with that background. And then I just need a bit of tissue. Obviously, like I say, I like creating this with these backgrounds because you can read all your words through it still. So if you're somebody who likes to still be able to read their words, you can still see your words through this. So obviously check out that video. You can find it in the list of videos I have on YouTube. Obviously I'm not going to dry that because it's not that wet, because I haven't used that much on it, and it will dry as I finish sticking on the flowers. So I'm going to move that out of the way. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just, you know, place the flowers roughly around where I want them to go. So where I want the flowers to stick. So obviously I am going to go roughly with, because obviously I'm going to roughly go with the design I've stuck them here. Hopefully you can see. Obviously my screen's not quite big enough, I do apologise, but hopefully you can see I'm going to kind of follow the pattern I created when I designed this freebie. So that is what I'm going with. And then obviously I'm going to bring back my Be Still, and I'm just going to cut it out, because obviously I don't need it all. Like this. And I'm just going to place the Be Still where I want it to trace it in, and obviously I want it near where the verse is, so I'm thinking about there. So I can just see that underneath there for now while I finish placing my flowers around. So, and I will just place them all around roughly where I want them to go. Keep. So obviously I just say have a good play around, see where you want to fit things. You might not use them all, so which is okay, you don't have to use them all. So I'm just having a little play around where I want to stick things. I might actually swap that one like that. I think I've got some more under the Bible there. Let me just lift it up. Is it under there? Oh no, I've got them all. It's okay. So I'm going to stick that one up there. So what I will do is I will show you when I stick them down, if they hang over slightly the page, I will just trim them off afterwards, and I will show you that, just in case you're wondering. So I had that one down there and that one down there. So as you can see, you know, I'm not going to even use all the ones I've actually printed off to pop on. I'm actually thinking that one goes there and that one can go there. So I just have a good little play, see where things might go. So obviously I might bung that one there. Da, -di -da, -di -da, -di -da. I think that one will go there. And then this leaf will go there. So then what I will do is I will then stick them down. So I have got another leaf there, but I think that was off the one of the, I think that one is off that one. Remember, if I cut it, so that is that spare one that I would have put there, but it's okay, like I say. So I'm just going to take my flowers and stick them down now. And to do that I use a glue pen, so a nice glue pen. So I'm just going to push the Bible a little bit out of the screen, so hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. So I get my glue pen and I just pop a bit of glue onto the back like so, and then obviously bringing back my Bible, I will stick it down like so. And then obviously I'm just concerned you might not be able to fully see. Can you see? Obviously, because obviously I make my videos on my iPhone, I don't have any fancy equipment for making my videos, so they are all made on my little iPhone screen. And hopefully I just do my best that you can still see and do things. I apologise if you can't fully see, but hopefully you can. I'll just keep pushing the Bible in to the screen for you to see. So maybe what I will do is I will do it on the Bible, but I will be very careful so I can dot them here so I don't have to keep moving around for you. So you don't need to put lots of glue on, just put a few dots on in the places on each printed leaf and stuff. You don't need loads. So I just put a few dots. I just put a couple of dots on the main leaves, and yep, can't get it up. There we go. So it does get a little bit sticky on your finger when you're doing this, so just be careful that they don't get stuck to your finger and you rip them. You might, I do say it's normally handy to have like a little baby wipe you can wipe your hand on or something if your finger gets a bit too sticky. So I'm hoping you can see. I normally do have some baby wipes next to me, but I need to get a new pack. I've run out. Need to go shopping. So, but yeah, hopefully you can see that this is a really easy way to create a really pretty background and really lovely bit of artwork for your journaling. And as I say, you can look for pictures in old books you might have, old magazines, colouring books that you might be able to use similar like this, or you can use my free download. I mean, if you wanted to use the free download, you don't necessarily have to use it. Whoop. Tuck it in there. It's because my fingers are getting sticky, like I said. These glue pen, they make your fingers sticky, and so I'm having to be careful there. Let's move that bit out of the way. So we're nearly done. Hopefully I'm not boring you too much. Sorry if it's going on. I always try and make my videos nice and quick if I can, but I don't seem to succeed sometimes. But I just like to make sure I'm fully showing you as well how to create the pages, so you've got a really good idea. I'll pop that bit there. Usually, because my fingers are getting really sticky, use the top of my craft knife to stick it down with. So, but yeah, like I was saying, if you wanted to print this off, you don't necessarily have to use these flower elements for this Bible verse. You can obviously maybe just cut them out and stick them on around another verse you want to put on, and add your own lettering and stuff like that. That would be fine too. So just, you know, just have fun seeing what you want to do. If you don't want to obviously use the words that I've done here, I'm just going to stick this last leaf on that I've got. Woo! Where should I put that one? I might just see if it will fit there nicely. Brilliant. So then I'm going to write the words "Be Still" on, and I'm just going to maybe position them at a bit of an angle. So I'm hoping you can still see. I keep forgetting to check. Get my pen. So I'm using this marker pen. And I'm just tracing. Like I say, there is absolutely nothing wrong with tracing. I'm all for it. I mean, if you are able to do your own lettering that's even great too. Oh, I've got a bit of fluff there. Oh dear, never mind. That bit of fluff has caused the ink to go a bit funny. Never mind, I had a bit of fluff stuck to my pen nib, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. So be still. So obviously just going to remove that, and that is done. And then what I will do as well is, obviously I've got all these little black dots, so I will just enjoy getting my black dots and sticking them around. Stuck on my sticky finger. And plus the glue is blue, so that's not going to help, is it? I'm going to have to make sure I buy some baby wipes when I next go shopping, because normally I can do this a lot easier with my unsticky fingers. So what you can see is I've got lots of black dots here. So I'm just going to bring them onto the page. Like so. And then obviously, like in the, you will see on the freebie, I'm just going to enjoy dotting them all around. I think it just gives it a bit of a nice effect. I don't know, I quite like the black dots. So let me get a few more. So like I say, I've cut out loads already. Oh, that one's gone into my fingernail. Ooh, out you come, misbehaving dots. So there's some more. Yay! I'm going to stick that couple amongst the leaves. So it's no real, you know, just randomly stick them on. There's no rules to where they've got to go. Just have fun plopping them around the page. Let me flip that one the right way around. Maybe there. Flip that one around. So obviously they're all the dots I've cut out, so I'm going to leave it there, and I might cut out the rest that I've got left over and add on in a minute. But yeah, so that is how you can easily create this lovely kind of technique for your journaling. So hopefully that has encouraged you, inspired you. Maybe you might like to give it a go. As I say, you can do obviously like the freebie and do it for this verse, or use this and add it in somewhere else and add your own words, or see what you've got, like I say, in a colouring book or old books that you can cut out and things like that. I will also try and create some more similar things like this for you over the coming weeks and add on to the website. Always look out on the website, I'm always adding new freebies. So like I always say, if you are part of our Bless It Forward Ministries Bible journaling group, amazing. We absolutely love you to share what you create and do with us. If you're not, come and find us. We are a group of wonderful people that just love to encourage you and inspire each other, and you know, share our love for God with each other, and just journey with each other. So do come and find us in there. You can find all the links obviously in the description for this video. So you'll find the links to obviously where you can find the freebies, where you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and things like that. So I'll say goodbye, God bless, and see you all later.